Okay, there we go. Okay, it does a loop there. Okay, so Ryan Steinolfson here, and I am going live on my Livestream Ryan page on Facebook, and I have a guest today, and it's Greg Pearson from Professionals Arthur Johnson Snowball, and they are a property management company, and we are interviewing. I'm interviewing him. Let me just stop sharing my screen. Are you able to see me, Greg?
Yep, still got you, Ryan. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so Greg, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know who you are. We're going to talk specifically when Greg's done there about leveraging live video, how his property management company has leveraged live video to really just differentiate himself from everybody else. And with that, go ahead and let people know who you are.
Yeah. As Ryan said, Greg Pearson from Professionals in Albany, in Australia. We're about 400 k's south of a regional centre. We manage about 650 properties, and yeah, we've been using Ryan and his company to help us with the video and testimonials, number of things.
Yeah, and it's been great. I mean, to see Greg implement the strategies that we're talking about. It's been really cool, and we just had a strategy session, and he was sharing. I think what was it? Maybe 4 or 5 months ago, we went live for the first time. And initially I was like, I think I shared my phone and I showed you, remotely how to go live. And then you went live and you were, at your desk there. And then, from there, all the girls in your office started going live, pretty frequently. And now you guys are getting, 1.3 thousand, 1,300 views on some of your videos, on your walkthrough tours. And I don't think there's anybody in your local area there that's doing any of that kind of stuff. So it's really neat to see. Before I do that, let me grab. I'm going to show you something. I want to grab the link here, and that we have. I'm going to go because I want to share the link for our Facebook that we're doing right now, our live stream from the Livestream Ryan page over to the Arthur Johnson Snowball page here. So let me just go into, so we're live on my, my Livestream Ryan page here. And as we shared, that we'd be going live on your page if it wasn't for the fact that, Blue Jeans doesn't allow us to, I mean, if you're using Business Manager to manage your page, unfortunately, we can't live stream to your page yet. So we're going to live stream to my Livestream Ryan page. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to share the link over to, here we are right here. So we're live right here. I'm just going to, and this is something really good for you to do as well, Greg. And this is a good kind of opportunity to learn a little bit more. I don't know if you guys are doing this, but always share this with, you can share, and people don't know this. I mean, you can share a live video with just about anybody you want. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable. I mean, you can literally put this on your friend's timeline if you wanted to. You can share it on a friend's timeline. You can share it in a group. So if you're a member of a like the property management group there, the big member, I think, aren't you? Yeah, you just won a big award from them, didn't you?
Yeah. We just won Professionals Regional Property Management Officer of the Year. That was the second time in a row. So pretty happy. We got the team pumped up for the 3-peat next year. So
awesome. So you could share this on like that company, like a live video on that page for the company as a whole. You can share it to an event if you create an event, and you can share it on a page that you manage. So I manage your page, so I'm going to share it hopefully here on your page here. So let's just see if we can do that. Greg, here, I'm just gonna, what to look for in a great property management company. Okay, so I'm gonna post that. And now that's gonna go to your Albany investment professional. So it's gonna go there.
Yeah.
And there's your awards you won there. This is pretty cool.
Yep.
And then we should show up live here. I'm just gonna refresh this. You can see I shared it. It showed up there. So let me just make sure that we're live on your page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the link so that anybody that's on Greg's page here, on the company page, if you want to jump in and ask any questions, you can feel free to jump in and ask questions of Greg if you are looking for guidance in property management. So here's the shared video right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in the comments here. I'm going to grab the link for the video here. I'm just going to grab it. So anybody that wants to jump in, I'm going to grab this link right here. And you can even jump in on a smartphone as well. And that's what's so cool about this, is that you can jump in on a smartphone and ask a question. You can use your webcam or not. Here, and jump in here. Okay, so this is something that, once you start using this, Greg, I want you to, because Greg's going to use this tool. I was consulting him on this a little bit, is for him to use this tool because he's already gotten some feedback from people locally there. I think you said you rented a property sight unseen when you did a live video the other day. So you're
yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned before, we're about 400 k's away from major city. We have a lot of people moving down this way, no one else is doing video. We were speaking with some potential tenants. They jumped online, looked at our Facebook Live video, and rented it. So I don't believe they even spoke to any of our competition. So we're in the box seat, obviously, to help them find their property down here and make that move without having to make that drive down and then back up again. So works well.
They liked it because it was easier to actually see the property. Everybody won. You won because you didn't even have to show the property. You basically they rented it sight unseen, and
right, yeah.
And so it was really a great experience for everybody. And all you did is you had one of your I guess realtors or one of your property managers go out there and just use their smartphone and go live from the property. And here's the opportunity, is that you could do that same thing from your desktop using this tool that we're using right now, and invite your property managers to go live from their smartphones from various properties at one time, and basically show one property at a time all at once, and basically invite your entire list. So if you have a list of people that are looking for properties, I mean, you could almost create a situation where you have, you create almost like when you actually have like I forget what it's called anyway, where basically, bottom line, you could have a situation where you have multiple bids on a property when you go live like this. And what you're doing is you're making it easier for people to actually experience the property, and for you guys to list the property. What other benefits have you gotten from live video in the past couple months?
Yeah, well, the girls are doing a lot of how-to videos, so just different procedures, I suppose, that we have in our day-to-day routine, how to book in for inspections, what to look for, and presenting applications to the office, and how that process works. So we're just using those to help tenants and owners be more informed, really, about our process and what it's all about. People love them. They just think, I think when people move house, we as agents sort of take it for granted that they know the process. Often they don't. So to help them they're more comfortable, I suppose, when they come indoors. So yeah, I think that the videos are working really well. It just helps us connect with people a little bit better as well.
Well, didn't you say, so you're doing how-to videos where you're live, you're educating people on basically how to, let's see, we got Pedro. So, okay, so I thought there was somebody else that jumped in. So, but you're educating people on how to do certain things, and you're educating them, and you're taking questions, obviously, from the comments on the live video. So finding out more about what questions people have about a particular property or about how to do a certain thing. And it really connects you with your audience. And what happens is really, I think you're probably finding that it's helping you guys develop a know, like, trust relationship with people before they even come in the office, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're choosing to look at us over some of our opposition just simply because the process is explained to them. The videos, they make it easier for them to in what can sometimes be a difficult or lengthy process in finding a house. So just it helps them, I suppose, in that sense.
That's awesome. Now, you said you just gave me you told me another story before we went on live here about somebody that was thinking about using you as a property management company or going with somebody else, and you guys basically rose right to the top because I think you shared with him something about doing a live video, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I just explained to the client that, and I had my phone with me and showed just some of those views and the number of traffic we're getting watching those walkthrough video tours. And, straight up before we've even gone to market, I think as we're talking about before, Ryan, we were, the lowest sort of view count on our walkthroughs is 50. Some of them are up as high as about 1,300. So, we've got access to these potential tenants before we even have to go to market on the property. So, and that helps us judge where the market's at with pricing, and helps us, because at the end of the day, we're not always right with pricing. The market determines that. So that helps us set a good price, a fair price for the owner and the tenant as well.
That's cool. So it's helping you determine the pricing, and that's always great. And you can see here that here's a 249 views on this one. And they're not complicated walkthrough video tours. I mean, you don't have any complicated technology you're really using. You're just going out there and you're just shooting videos from smartphones, and people now know you guys as being probably the live video property management company. And as a result, it's really, like we said, it's helping you differentiate yourself from the competition. And it's funny because here's one of those how-to videos, 921 views on that one. And it's interesting. You made a point earlier that it's kind of all over the place. You never really know. Are you noticing that when you go live a certain time that you get more views than other times, or is it just kind of hit and miss? You never really know.
It's very much hit and miss. I mean, look at that one that you're on there. That's only had 23 views, and the leasing team generally, within a couple of hours are doing them around the same time. So there's no real rhyme or reason to how many views we're getting. Some of the properties that we as agents think this is going to go really well, getting minimal views, and the others that perhaps we think might hang around are getting huge views. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. But I think, it's just that consistency of doing it and putting it out there to clients and potential tenants that they'll jump on and have a look and, interact with us more.
Yeah. That's awesome, and you can see you're doing one of these about every 3 or 4 days, at least 2 or 3, probably 2 or 3 a week. You think?
Yep, 2 or 3 a week is what we're trying to average. That one was a good one. I think it was that was 450 odd views. So,
and this was the rural one that somebody that you said that somebody rented without even seeing it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That's really cool. And then that's really amazing. And then there's another one here that had like 1.3 thousand views. I mean, so it's really neat to see that you guys are leveraging, the strategy that I shared with you a very short while ago. Here's that one that has 1.3 thousand views. Whatever happened with this property?
Yeah, I mean, it's leased now. I'm not sure where the tenant came from on that one, but I don't know why that one stood out.
There you go. How much per week, right there, right? As a comment, you can't really get much better than that. I mean, and I think as you, the key word I think here is consistency. If you're consistent with this, one of my colleagues, George Bryant, Civilized Caveman, he's over 1 million people that I believe per week now that he is being basically shown to, that he's showing up on their feeds on Facebook from his live videos. And it's the reason why he's got that kind of exposure now is because he's going live every day now. He's gone live every day for 6 months, and 6 months straight. So it really is. It's all about consistency, and that's one of the things that we were talking about yesterday. And other than that, if you were looking, if you're looking for a great property manager, Greg, what would you look for in a property management company? What kind of things do you look for?
Yeah, sure. I think, real estate, particularly in our way, has evolved. It used to be very sales orientated and dominated, which to an extent it still is, but property management was an adjunct. It was in the backs of the offices and all that sort of thing. It's really changed. So you really need to look for someone who has a really strong property management focus and wants to improve in that area as well. I mean, little things that we do differently. I mean, I think, Ryan, we mentioned the leasing team. So we have 2 dedicated leasing consultants that are out there showing the properties to tenants faster than hopefully our opposition are, and processing those applications and getting the turnaround happening a little bit quicker as well. So, and standing by your service. I mean, we have a service guarantee that not too many of our opposition do. So I think you've got to stand behind what you do. I mean, we're saying we're the best. We need to put something behind that to show, that we're prepared, to put our money where our mouth is, I suppose. So just little things like that, that just, just change it up, and the little 1%ers, I suppose, that make us different in that sense.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't see. So what? I mean, I don't see any comments here yet. I'm just kind of scanning to make sure that we're answering any comments that come in from the live video, either on my page or your page. Below the video, but so what you're saying is somebody that does property management, like that they focus on property management, and you're also saying the other thing is that you look for a company that has good systems. It sounds like, and also you can leverage technology. It sounds like to basically move a property, get it rented out faster, so that everybody profits more. And everybody wins, and make that process easy for everybody, not just so that it's a good, easy process for the renter, for the owner, and even for your team as well. And then the other thing I think you guys, I've noticed, I mean, and we've helped you with is you do a good job. I mean, you definitely do. I mean, people are okay with leaving you guys reviews, and it's evident from the reputation that you have, not only on Facebook but also on Google. So I think another really good thing that people, that I think it would be really good for people to look for is a property management company that has, good reviews, not only on Google, on Facebook. It's so easy to see what people are saying about a company now. And it's typically really tough, from my experience, for a company to get reviews if they don't do a good job. So, so, and you guys, here you have a 4.9 star rating on Facebook, and you won this, you won these awards here, Property Management Office of the Year, for your company, and then also on Google.
And the Google reviews as well, Ron, as you mentioned, I think we've got 20 positive reviews on there now. When a lot of the other companies in our area they might have 1 or 2, not all positive as well. So I think that just sets us apart a little bit. I think people need to see social proof nowadays. It's not just us saying how good we are. Go out and see how our customers are talking about us as well. So to have that Google review, and you've certainly helped us heaps with that, understanding how that works, etc. Really has been helpful there. There we go. You bring it up now.
This is what people are looking for, is that 70% of people are going to Google typically to find a business or a local business, and these other guys really don't have a chance if they have no reviews, and you've got 20 and you got a 4.7 star rating on top of your Facebook star rating and elsewhere. So I think you guys have done a great job. I'm really excited to see the technology that you implement in the future. I hope that you implement, this tool that we're using right now, Blue Jeans, or something like it, because I think that you could really do and have some fun with this by, leveraging the multiple different cameras that you can use. You could bring in those other smartphones, and it'd be really fun to see what you do, or what happens when you actually send out an invite to your list of people, whether it's for properties you're selling or properties that you're renting. So anyway, it's been great having you on. Any if somebody wants to get a hold of you, where do they get a hold of you, and what final words do you have for the audience?
Yeah, sure. I suppose just one final word, Ryan, and perhaps I should have explained that at the start. the area we operate out of, we're only a small regional city of about 38,000 people. So we haven't got a massive big audience or anything like that. And to be getting the views and the interactions that we are, I think that's good with the small market that we do have. So perhaps I should have brought that up to start with, but anyway, small market. To get hold of me, probably email is easiest, or my mobile cell phone, 0418 959 584. And I'm only ever too happy to answer any questions or queries people may have about property management, for sure.
That's awesome. That's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. I mean, you really, it is, you're not in the biggest area, and to get, 1.3 thousand people, targeted people in your area, because mostly, a good solid percentage of people we found when you go live are from your local area. And there's even, I even saw today that you can actually use geolocation when you go live. I don't know if you saw that, but are your team using that, like the geolocation?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, yep.
Okay, because when you go live now, you can actually, click on the geolocation, and it will specifically, I think it focuses on people in your area on Facebook, which is pretty cool. So anyway, thanks for being on, Greg. I'm really, glad we did this. We're gonna figure out how we can get you to go live on your Facebook page with this tool, because I think you can see. I think you can
see the benefit of that for sure.
Yeah, I think you can see the potential here, and if nothing else, it would keep you, 2 or 3 steps ahead of your competition. So,
sure.
Really excited. Yeah, so really excited to see you use it. Thank you, and I'll wrap it up. Hold on one second. Let me just.